Hi everyone, welcome back to Job One for All. In this video, we are going to talk about the assignment operators. Well, one of them you have been using all the time, that's the equal sign. This is the first assignment operator that we know. And all the others, they are basically the equal sign together with one of the arithmetic operators that we have. So, for example, we have plus equals, minus equals, star equals, slash equals, and then modulus, the percentage sign, equals. Basically, these operators, they were created to, let's say, avoid some coding, to improve readability of your code. Let's see how it works. Let's imagine that we have here a variable. We can call this variable, let's say, bonus, salary bonus. It will be double, not int. And we have a value that's 1800. So if you want to assign a new value to the bonus memory, space in memory, you cannot declare again with a new value. Why? Because the identifiers, they must be unique within the scope that you are. In this case, the scope is the curly braces that we have here. So we cannot have two variables with the same name inside this scope. So I cannot assign, for example, 2000 to bonus like this, because the way I'm doing right now, I'm declaring and I am initializing this variable. So what I want to do is get the space in memory that bonus is having a reference and say, hey, now I would like you to have 2000. And we do that by just removing the primitive type. If we print this, you will get the result 2000. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. So let's say that you want now to increase 1000 to this to 1800. So basically you would like to get the value that you have here and increase 1000. Now, if I do this, what's going to happen is I will get the result 2800, but the problem, I'm losing all the flexibility that a programming language is giving to me, because let's say that now my bonus is 2000. You will get the wrong result. The result now should be 3000, but we are getting still 2800. Why? Because I'm not using the value that's in memory. So the correct way to do this would be to get the value that you have in memory. So basically I'm saying, hey, now do this for me. The space in memory that the bonus is having a reference to, that small square that we were drawing in early videos, I would like you to store whatever is inside plus 8000. And now we will see 3000. And if we roll back to 1800, we will see 2800. So pretty straightforward. Now, how can we use the assignment operators? Basically, you see here that you are getting the bonus and assigning the value with a plus of 1000. Basically, you just have to get this in this side. I will just get this like on the left side. So this line right here is the same as, and we will get exactly the same result. Now this is value for minus. You will see here that we get the same result, 1800, because we are increasing 8000 and now we are decreasing 1000. Now if we, for example, use the multiplication, it's a bit different, because you are going to, now let's say by 2, and as you will see, it will be 3600, because you are getting the value that is in memory and you are multiplying by 2. Same thing if you want to divide by 2, to here and slash here. It will go back to 1800. And, well, the modulus, as you know, you will get the remainder, that is 0. So these are the assignment operators. And just to close all the operators, there are more. For example, the bitwise, but honestly, it's very hard to see people using them. So let's focus on what I at least have been using on daily basis throughout my career. The operators that we are going to talk now, it's basically the same as the assignment, but they are called onary, like this. And we are going to talk about two. The logical not technically is part of this one as well, but these two operators, they are going to do basically the same thing, but one by one, in the case of the plus and the minus. How does that work? Imagine that we have a variable called count, and it is starting with 0, and I would like here to print this count. Ctrl Shift F10, you will see that the value is 0. But let's say that I would like to increase the value one by one. Well, you could do exactly like we did here. Count plus equal 1. And you are going to achieve your result. But there is a shortcut, even more shortcut than this is. There is an option that is just by adding plus plus. Now you cannot add 3 pluses, only 1. Only 2 actually. This is the syntax for this operator. Basically what you are saying here is add 1 to the value in memory that is count making reference to. If we print, you'll see the value 1, the same one. And if we do the same, but instead of plus plus, we use minus minus, it will decrease one by one. So when we talk about while, for loops, we are going to understand a little bit better how we can use these guys to increment the values one by one as many times as we want. So there is just one little thing with this guy. It can be placed after or before. So if I place it here and I place it here, as you can see, I'm not assigning explicitly, but the value in memory is changing. And you will see the result is the same. Now, William, what's the difference? So when you have like this, before the variable name, you are telling first, before you do anything, increment the value by 1 or decrement by 1, and then you do whatever you have to do. So let's see just one example here. I'm going to remove this guy. I'm gonna leave it. So the value is 0, right? I will add here plus plus, and you were probably expecting this to be 1, but remember, when you add after, you are telling do whatever you have to do, and basically when you go to the next line, technically before you go to the next line, but after you execute, like in this space-time continuum thing, you increment by 1. So you will see that the result here is still 0. But if I duplicate this and I just print again, you will see that the result will be 1. Because why? After I executed my expression, I'm going to increment by 1. So the compiler is doing that for you. Now, if you add before, you are telling first do this, first increment by 1, and then you execute the expression. So you see that now you see 1, 1. And we have the results. The same thing for minus minus. Okay, so I think that covers most of the operators, definitely the most important ones. And I think maybe it's time for us to start talking about something more interesting. So let's see what we can talk in the next video. Bye.